Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be taking a look at this flashlight from Acebeam. This is the TAC 2AA or 2AA, and this is a really cool flashlight. Now, for EDC purposes, I tend to gravitate towards smaller size flashlights, things that don't take up too much room in my pocket. But with smaller size flashlights, you generally have to contend with having less output. So if you wanted to go with something that's going to give you more output, you generally have to step up to a little bit larger size flashlights, generally flashlights that run off of like an 18650 battery or something like that. So usually those type of flashlights I tend to carry in like an EDC bag, or I have it like in the glove compartment of my vehicle or something like that. Now the larger size flashlights also allow you to have a couple more features or a couple more output levels on the light itself. But this flashlight here, as you guys can see from the packaging, it's a little bit longer than a smaller EDC flashlight. But because of the form factor, it lends itself really, really well to be used in a bunch of different circumstances. So taking a look at the box right here, it does tell you that it is compatible with 2 AA batteries. Now you do have 2 modes. You have an EDC mode and a TAC mode, TAC, which I'm guessing that they mean tactical mode. And that is achieved by actually having 2 switches. So you have a tailcap switch and then you have a side switch as well. And this does come with a USB rechargeable battery. So that's really awesome because you can recharge the flashlight itself, but if the battery dies, you can still use 2 AA batteries to power the light. Now, on the side here, you can see that this does come in 2 different LED options. You have the high density LED, which is 1600 lumens max output, and that is going to be good for 181 meters. And then you have the SFT25 LED, which is max output 1400 lumens, but you have actually 304 meter throw on it. So you're sacrificing 200 lumens by going with this LED, which in my opinion, when you're getting into 1400 versus 1600, 200 lumens is not that much difference. I wouldn't say that it's noticeable in for most people, but what is going to be noticeable is how far away that light can actually be thrown out there. So 300 meters versus 181 meters, you're gaining a big distance there. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the box. We'll take a look at the light and then all the accessories that come with it. So first things first, here is the light itself. I will set that off to the side. Now, I've been carrying this off and on for a couple months now, and I actually just packaged it all back up so you guys can see exactly what it looks like when you get it. So inside, you're going to get your user manual, and I always recommend that you take a look at the user manual because, especially with lights that have a lot of different outputs and features and stuff like that. So, like for this one, you have your technical parameters here, which is basically telling you what the output, the amount, and then the times at the run times. But you know, this, because it's available in 2 different type of LEDs, you want to make sure that you're looking at the correct information. And then also, because you can use regular batteries versus the rechargeable battery, you want to make sure that you're looking at that. So if you guys are interested, maybe you can zoom in on that, pause it, and take a look at it for yourself. So we'll set that off to the side over here. Besides that, you actually get these 2 diffusers, which are really, really cool because, again, they add more features to the flashlight itself. So we'll talk about those in a little bit. And then right at the bottom there, you do have this little accessory box. Now inside of the accessory box, you are going to have a couple of accessories. Hey, go figure. First thing is going to be a branded wrist lanyard here. So it does say Acebeam right there. You can go ahead and use this to tighten it around your wrist if you wanted to do that. You can carry your flashlight like that. Then you also have a USB-C to USB charging cable. Again, this is rechargeable. It's a little bit short. I would rather have something a little bit longer to be able to give me a little bit more options when I'm charging it, but that's what you get. And then, so you can get it out, it's all the way at the bottom. Let me open it on the other side. Here it is. You have a little bag with a couple extra things. I'll just push it on this side. There it is. So you have a spare tailcap switch. That's nice. And then a couple of spare O-rings right there. So really cool. Very useful accessories that they included with this light. Now, one of the first things that really drew me to this light, and it might be something just specific to me, but it's the color of the flashlight. I just really, really like this color. A lot of my flashlights tend to be either silver or black. This one here is like a navy color, and it looks so awesome. The other thing that I really liked was the form factor, because as I mentioned, even though this is a larger size flashlight, or what I would consider larger, meaning longer, it is very thin as well. So this actually keeps the thinner form factor of my smaller flashlights, but just gives it a little bit of length to it. So I really did like that. So a lot of really awesome things about this light itself. So let's go ahead and start at the back end here and work our way forward. You have your rubber tail cap switch right there. Again, very easily accessible. And then you have these two little wings on either side so it doesn't get knocked on, turned on by mistake. Those actually have little holes on them, and that's where you can attach your wrist lanyard to it. Now, when you do get your flashlight, just make sure that you remove the tail cap, because there is a little bit of a plastic thing here that's put in there so that it doesn't turn on in transit. And since we have this off, I'll go ahead and remove the battery. And this is actually my first time checking out a flashlight with this particular battery. This is a 1600 milliamp, 3.7 volt. And I'm going to read this off to you guys. ARC14100P-160A Type C battery. So again, this is where you would go ahead and recharge the battery. Now what's really cool is that you can remove the battery and put it into charge, but if you still need usage of your flashlight, you can go ahead and drop those two AA batteries in there. Now, you are going to suffer a little bit as far as the output goes, but you'll still have a usable flashlight. So that is really, really cool. So I'll go ahead and throw that back in there. And then you do have a O-ring right there, which is going to allow it to stay watertight and dust tight as well. So you're not going to get any dust getting into the back of the flashlight right there. So we'll go ahead and screw that back on, and there it is. Then your pocket clip right here. This is a really nice pocket clip because they put it nice and high, and it does come up all the way up here. So a lot of the flashlight here is going to be sitting inside of your pocket, so you're not going to have too much of it kind of sticking out. Sometimes companies tend to put them a little bit lower, and then you have a lot of the flashlight sticking out. This is a pretty deep right clip, which is really nice. And then you also have that reverse S. So basically, you can put it into your pocket and this way, and then the other portion right here, if you did want to attach this onto like the brim of a baseball cap or a hat or something like that, so you can go hands-free, you can go ahead and do that. Now, the only drawback is that this is such a long flashlight that if you do that, you're going to have a lot of the flashlight kind of sticking out in front of you, and it might be a little bit heavy, just depending on the hat, so just keep that in mind. You do have a really nice anodized aluminum body here. It fits really nice in the hand. A little bit of knurling right in the middle here, which is nice. It's purposeful, so if you're holding the flashlight this way, it is going to be right there. And then you have the branding, so it does say Acebeam TAC 2AA. And then you have your side switch right here. Now, again, as I mentioned, you do have two different modes. You have an EDC mode and a TAC mode. So the Tailcap Switch is going to be more of your tactical mode. That's how you're going to activate the light for that. And then your side switch here is going to be more of your EDC mode. It'll let you actually cycle through a couple different modes. And then you get to the head right here. There's a little bit of a film. You can go ahead and remove that. Make sure you do, because you don't want that to be impeding the usage of the light. And then you have a really nice reflector here. It's nice and smooth, and that's how it can shoot that light way out there. What did they say? With this LED, it's going to be 304 meters. So really, really nice. So all in all, it's a really cool flashlight. It fits really nice in the hand, as I already mentioned. And then you do get the two diffusers here. So if you guys don't know, a diffuser is basically a little cap that goes on the front of the light, and what it'll do is it'll diffuse that light, so it'll make it more of an area light. So instead of pushing that light out for distance, this is going to be more of a condensed light, so it'll be better for a particular area lighting. So the white one is actually going to diffuse that light. It's going to give you kind of like a yellowish tone to it. So nice bright white light. And then the orange one, and I think it's coming out orange. It's like a mixture between orange and red. This one here is going to be perfect because it'll turn that light into more of an orange color. So this is good if you're going to be using the flashlight here to to signal. So maybe you're a police officer, maybe you're a security officer, or somebody that wants to use this for signaling. And then when you turn this on, it's gonna the light up here is gonna shine very bright, and you'll be able to use this as a wand almost, and then direct traffic or direct people or something like that. Now later on in the video, I'll take you guys outside so we can see a couple beam shots, but more importantly, so we can see these two diffusers in action, so you can see what that looks like. So again, really, really cool flashlight here. So let's just take a look a little bit about the UI. So in the back right here, this is going to be your tailcap switch that you're going to be using for your tactical application. So basically, if you half press it, the light will come on, and it's going to come on the highest output, which is that 1400 lumen, and then you can let go of it. So if you just need a quick burst of light, you can go ahead and do that. And as you guys can see right here, you get a really, really nice defined hotspot right there in the middle. So it's really, really nice. Now, if you did want to go ahead and click it on, you can do that. And again, it's 1400 lumens, and you can use it, as much as you want. And then once you're done, just click off. So again, for tactical applications, this is going to give you the most output right at once. You don't have to fumble through different settings or anything like that. You're just going to get that 1400 lumens right away. Now, they say tactical, but I tend to use the highest output in a lot of my flashlights, so that's what I normally gravitate towards. I normally gravitate towards the most amount of light coming out of my flashlight, so that's what I end up using the majority of the time. Now, if you did want to go ahead and cycle through a couple of different modes, you can turn the light on, and as you can see, you have a little LED right there. It's shining green, so it's telling me that it's got good battery life. And then you can just kind of press and hold the light right here, and as you can see, it's cycling through low, medium, high. So again, if you wanted to maybe put it on low right there, and that's the light that you want to use, because you don't need a lot of light, you can just go ahead and do that. So again, for more EDC specific applications, you do have that size switch right there to be able to use that. So I like the fact that they included both of those switches, because depending on what type of usage you're going to give to the TAC 22AA here, you have the ability to do that. So you can go ahead and use the tactical switch in the back if you need it, or if you just need a little bit less light, you can go ahead and use that side switch right there, and you are good to go. So let me go ahead and take you guys outside so you can see a couple of beam shots, and then take a look at what these diffusers look like as well. Alright guys, so here we are, we're in my backyard. I actually have the camera pointed at my fence. The fence is, I would say, about 25 feet away. And what I want to show you guys is, one, what it looks like when you're using the full output on the flashlight. I think majority of folks, that's what they tend to want to see. But also, I want to show you guys what it looks like when you're using those diffusers, because it makes a big difference. So first things first, I'm using the Tailcap Switch, which is the tactical switch, and I'll go ahead and turn it on. And there it is. So as you guys can see, you have a really nice and defined hotspot center right there. It's a nice full circle, and it's right in the center. And then you have to either side about 10 feet, I would say, of spillage of lighting. So it's going to be able to throw that light way, way out there. You're going to be able to search for things. You're going to be able to signal for things and stuff like that. And you're going to be able to be seen and see things coming as well. So that is a really, really awesome usage of the TAC 2AA here by Acebeam. Alright, so I'll turn the light off. I'm going to go ahead and slide on the white diffuser. I'm going to try and get here in front of the camera, and I will turn the flashlight on. Alright, so here's the light. So again, it's got the diffuser on. So as you can see, there is not a clear or defined hotspot center like you found without the diffuser, but it's giving you a great area light. So you're able to see a lot more of the area right in front of you as well. So this is perfect if you're using it like in a camping situation, or if you want to turn the light down and use it inside of a vehicle or inside of a tent, just to light up the whole area without it being a very dedicated or pinpoint light. This is really, really cool. So if you've never used a diffuser on a flashlight, I like the fact that Acebeam is including the white one, at least, because that's what most people include, is the white one, to get you that kind of diffused light. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, and then I'm going to swap it and put in the red or orange one. And again, this is the one that you're going to use if you want to be seen or if you want people to see you. So I'll just slid it on there, turn the light on. And again, this is not so much an area light to see what's in front of you, even though you can see, but it's more of a signal. So if you need to get somebody's attention, like I said, maybe you're a police officer, maybe you're a security officer, a construction worker. A lot of people use flashlights in different scenarios and in different jobs. So this particular light, the TAC 2AA from Acebeam, is able to adapt to a lot of different uses. So I can see myself using this to direct traffic, to get somebody's attention, or maybe, again, if I'm using it while camping and something happens where I have to signal somebody, maybe I have to signal flag a car down, maybe my car broke down and I want to make sure that people know that, to move over because my car broke down, this is going to be a great option for that. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to go ahead and leave a link below to Acebeam's website where you can see what this flashlight is all about in case you guys want to pick one up. Again, it's available in the 2 LED models. So, you can pick the one that's going to work best for you. Either the higher output one, it's going to give you 1600 lumens, but only 180 meter throw, or you can choose the one here that you saw in the video, which is going to be 1400 lumens, but it's going to give you over 300 meter throw. And I think that's the one that I would probably gravitate towards because, again, the difference between 200 lumens, between 1400 and 1600, in my opinion, it's very difficult for everybody to be able to see what the difference is. It just looks like the same amount of light, so I would rather have the further throw. So there it is. That is a look at the Acebeam TAC 2AA. It's a tactical and EDC option for an EDC carry flashlight. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.